Welcome to another episode of Marc Talks with Podcast video Vodcast. Today we'll be talking with guest Jim Kramer. Podcast Mad Money. Jim Kramer. Today's sponsor is Mike's Cheapo Mics. We got a little bit of egg on our face. There was a misunderstanding, and we thought we were in a war with Mike's Cheapo Mics, and I said some things on the last episode about not trusting them, and I couldn't have been more wrong. I sent an email to the wrong address, and it was one of those ships passing in the night thing. Mike's Cheapo Mics are incredible. We only use Mike's Cheapo Mics, and we honestly love his products, and we are thrilled that he is sponsoring us. So, Mike's Cheapo Mics. Mike's Cheapo Mics, close personal friends of ours and friends of the show. Let's start the show!
Welcome to a special West Coast edition of Mad Money.
Welcome.
Other people want to make friends. I'm just trying to make you some money.
Hey, Jim.
My job's not trying just
We're
entertain.
talking money
so
today.
Everyone on Wall Street knows that higher interest rates are bad news for the economy. A
I haven't
slower
been
economy
following.
translates into weaker profits, and weaker profits almost always mean lower stock prices.
Jim,
Is doing the right
slow
thing
down.
for corporate profits the real
Slow down.
imperative.
Let's talk about taxes. I have some questions about taxes. For instance, I did an episode of Law and Order a couple of years back, 10 years ago or so, and I was musician number 3 in the episode called Rockstar. So I have a check here, for instance, paid on behalf of NBC Universal, and it's for $3.88. I shouldn't have to pay taxes on that, right? Do I have to declare this? Does the IRS already know about this money? I haven't told anyone about it.
The ones that matter to things like your mortgage, they actually, and frankly, quizzically went.
I don't have a mortgage. I rent. Well, I sublet. Well, I squat, really. Okay, here's a question. I'm going to want to monetize this show, for instance, right? Now, I feel like people are watching my show on Instagram, and I don't know if they're paying. Where am I going to get the residuals from my show? Because as I said, in my Law and Order checks, I get them in the mail. Does Instagram do that direct deposit? Also, is the IRS on Instagram? Are they watching the show and they kind of keep a tally? And most importantly, is that going to mess with my unemployment benefits? Because I need my unemployment checks to clear. Look, I'm not trying to skirt the system or anything. I want to know what I need to do to hide the money.
Look, this is a real issue.
Yes, it's a very real issue. It's my livelihood, really. It's my dream and it's my livelihood.
However, other managers are cheering for and agreeing with Powell.
I'm my own manager. That's why I got into this. I wanted to be my own boss. I left my old job and I said, look, I love Barnes & Nobles. Get somebody else to stock your shelves. Everything has to be in alphabetical order.
Of course, there are few managers who think the economy can actually accelerate from here.
No, some of the managers were good. Some of them were good. This one guy let me sometimes smoke pot behind the cafe in the kitchen. But they fired him, and then the guy they got to replace him was a real tightwad. All right, Jim, you're not making a lot of sense, buddy. Listen, no one knows what you're talking about. Thanks for watching this episode of Marc Talks with Podcast Vodcast. Big thanks to Jim Kramer, his podcast, Mad Money. And we'll see you next time. Go online, sign up. God's a fucking amateur. I'm like trying to have a conversation with him. He's like, cha-cha-cha-cha-cha.